Hello, my dear beings, be it mineral, vegetable, animal, including humans, aliens, uh, and even energy entities, like we will be all of us. Uh, Here, who's speaking is Ferruccio Bilic, PhD. Uh, I am going to talk about in the end will be entangled democracy with wisdom. Uh, I- okay, first of all, let's explain what means uh, entanglement. Entanglement is uh, an action, like two particles uh, that come together, that and they start working uh, together. Okay, let's, for instance, uh, as a matter of fact, you can have a photon entangled, photon, electron, protons, atoms, molecules, probably even people. Okay, and that's why we are going to expand this notion to democracy. Uh, okay, therefore, entanglement is when, let's say, uh, an electron has a spin up and is entangled uh, electron, the other one, have it spin down. Okay, therefore, one have it spin up and the other spin down. Now, if you take this electron apart, could be one to the one side of the universe, the other to the other side of the universe, and you change something in one of the electrons, the other electron knows that immediately. Okay, it seems to be a spooky action, right? As like Albert Einstein said, but there were made many different experiments to see if this thing is true, and it seems that it's always true. Okay, therefore, I'm going already to expand this notion. Probably all the particles are in the universe are entangled. Why? Because in the beginning they were together in the Big Bang, and they were all together. They were all entangled. Some lose some entanglement, other maybe. The details we can discuss in another time. But let's say there is a possibility of all the particles in the universe to have some kind of entanglement. Uh, but if these two are entangled, okay, doesn't mean that this one cannot be entangled with other electron, other things. And the same thing with this one can be entangled to other things. Okay, therefore, probably in real life, I didn't see yet any experiment to test more than one type of entanglement or entanglement with more than one particle. But I think all the particles will have some entangled with each other, and some will be more entangled, less entangled, and you will have a kind of partial or total entanglement. Okay? From where did I come up with this idea? Because in my PhD dissertation, I developed the notion of statistical dependence. Okay? When you have certainty, the dependence is total. When you have a total uncertainty, the dependence is zero, right? Therefore, the notion of dependence, statistical dependence, is similar to entanglement. And for this reason, I developed first order depends, second order depends, third order depends, so on and so forth. Okay? If I'm studying a relation, the direct relation of these two things, first order depends. Okay? But maybe that this thing is related to this one through another thing. Second order depends, third order depends, and so on. Similarly, we can have first order entanglement, second order entanglement, and so on and so forth. What else can I say? The notion of entanglement of particles also opens the possibility of having space and time travel instantly. We are entangled with so many things in the world. Suppose that I want to, I want to visit Alpha Centauri or something more farther away to the other side of the universe. And I start thinking, I would like to exchange place with my twin in the other side of with my entangled person to the other side of the universe, so that I could go and visit this place and see this place. Okay. Probably I will go there and he comes here immediately. Okay. But probably also you could entangle with yourself in different moments in time, in the future, and in the past. Okay, you could change your place in the future, in the past. Okay, with something in the future and something in the past. Okay, how to do this? Probably will be very easy. Okay, probably will waste a lot of energy thinking about the experiment, thinking about technology, thinking about other things, and end up coming up with the idea that you think about something and this thing will happen, like if it was a telepathy. Okay? Therefore, entanglement could be much easier than we think. Should be very simple when we stop being so stupid and start using our conscience and our own ability or our own intelligence to solve this problem. Okay. Also, the idea of entanglement can be used in personal relations. Okay. Probably you when you marry someone, it's because you fell in love or you entangled with someone. Okay, and this will be kind of all the relations between people will be some kind of entanglement. Okay. Also, heredity, entanglement, we can have some relationship between generations. Okay, the DNA that I leave to my children and that I receive from my parents probably is the entanglement between us. Okay? Therefore, entanglement, DNA, heredity should be correlated. Similar thing is between individual consciousness and global consciousness. It's also based on entanglement. And consciousness when we are alive and when we don't have a living body anymore. We have extraterrestrial conscience, okay? Then between them, we will have a global consciousness that will be based on entanglement. Okay, now let's see how entanglement can help in having, uh, for lack of better word, democracy system. Okay, uh, but this democracy is not with representative; is direct democracy. Okay, and will be based on entanglement and will be improved with wisdom. Okay, therefore, all our decisions, be it legislative decision, executive decision, judicial decision, defense decision, and so on and so forth, uh, can be made by the people, by all of us, uh, working in an entangled manner. Entangled when we, if we are not able to do it telepathically already, we will do it with the normal communication system, okay? Therefore, everybody has a cell phone. Therefore, all of us can vote for proposition, not law, proposition. Laws are static, proposition are dynamic. Okay? Proposition give a direction to go. Law is something that is static, the value only that moment. Okay? And on all this proposition, each of us can vote, and our vote can be attached a weight. Okay, if I think that when I am vote for on this subject, I understand well this subject, therefore I attach to my vote a higher weight. If it's another subject that I don't think that I understand very well, then to my vote I attach a lower weight. Therefore, when I compute the weighted mean, I will have my wisdom attached to the decision. Okay, this is the first round, but we can have as many rounds as possible, as necessary. If there is too much variance in the average, on the weighted average, we can use this information and give to the voters this information so that they can rethink about their decision and vote again. Okay? Usually they vote approaching the weighted average. Okay? And doing this, we will have a desirable proposition to follow. In this process, everybody that is interested in this subject will already know about the results and will start behaving accordingly. And this process will be promoting more entanglement between all the persons uh, in this process through sharing knowledge. The more knowledge you share, more entangled you are. Therefore, we will have an entangled democracy with wisdom. Understood? What's the good part of this is that you don't need government. You don't need to spend money with a legislative system, executive system, judicial system, defense system, so on and so forth, because everybody is doing this voluntarily. Therefore, you don't need to pay taxes. Huh? Good. That's a good thing. No paying tax. And you can use this for promoting a good life. I will stop this video here, becoming too long, and I will continue with another video of entanglement later on. Okay? Thank you very much for your attention. Please do give your like. I will appreciate if you could make your critiques and suggestions, and you can share this with whoever you want. And please sign up in my channel so that you get to know other videos that I produce. Thank you very much.